Welcome to the role of the School Advisory Council. Meetings, a professional development module created by the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development. This video will go over some key points about School Advisory Council meetings. It will cover general meeting principles, quorum and decision-making, consensus, managing public participation, before the meeting, agendas, at the meeting, at the end of the meeting and after, meeting summaries. General meeting principles include all School Advisory Council (SAC) meetings are open to the public. The time and date of all SAC meetings should be decided at the first meeting of the school year. This includes the annual general meeting, if an SAC chooses to hold one. The chair organizes the agenda in collaboration with the principal and provides SAC members with copies of the agenda for the meeting. The chair ensures all members have opportunities to speak. This includes students, where applicable. SAC meeting summaries are compiled by the secretary. The meeting schedule, agendas, and summaries must be made available to the public. The agenda should be made available in advance of the meeting. SAC quorum is usually a simple majority of its members, with at least one member from each representative group, unless otherwise stated in the bylaws. The principal, or the designate, is not counted when determining quorum. SACs determine their own processes for making decisions and define those processes in their SAC agreements and bylaws. Some decisions, such as approving the meeting summaries, may be made by a simple vote. Other decisions may be made more appropriately by consensus. As advisory bodies, SACs are encouraged to seek consensus in most decisions. This slide provides some tips on how to seek consensus and recognize when consensus has been reached. To develop consensus, it is helpful to identify the issue, relate the issue to the goal, list the alternatives or solutions, explore the solutions in terms of achieving the agreed-upon goals, choose the best solution that meets the needs, plan to implement the solution. Consensus has been reached when participants say, for example, "I believe you understand my point of view." "I believe that I understand your point of view." Whether I agree or disagree, I support the decision because it was reached openly and fairly. I can live with the decisions. Please note that in some cases, a vote may be required. All SAC meetings are open to the public. No in-camera sessions are permitted. The SAC's bylaws should provide guidelines for public participation. For example, all meetings are open to the public. Members of the public who wish to address the SAC are asked to inform the SAC through the chair or the school principal in writing at least 1 week prior to the SAC meeting. They may address the meeting at the discretion of the chair. Tip: for public participation in virtual meetings, allow people to join, but limit microphone capability unless provided with permission to speak in advance of the meeting. Please note, it is not within the mandate of SACs to discuss or hear specific incidents involving individual students or staff or issues that fall outside the mandate of the SAC. Before the meeting, the chair organizes the agenda in collaboration with the principal and provides council members with copies of the agenda before the meeting. They may want to send the previous meeting summary when they send the agenda. The time frame to receive agendas may be included in the bylaws. The agenda is made public. The chair communicates the meeting time and location to all SAC members. An agenda is important for a number of reasons. An agenda communicates important information, provides an outline for the meeting, can be used as a checklist to ensure all information is covered, lets participants know what will be discussed if distributed before the meeting, provides a focus for the meeting. Agenda items can come from a variety of sources. You can collect agenda items from previous meeting summaries, from actions assigned at the previous meeting, suggestions from SAC members and the principal. You can prioritize agenda items by considering the following questions. Is there a need? Is the item ready for discussion? Must the item be discussed now? Does the SAC have all relevant information necessary to make an informed decision? Is the item there for one person or the entire group? At the meeting, the chair calls the meeting to order. The chair recognizes members before they speak. All members should be provided a fair opportunity to express their opinions on the agenda items and have opportunities to speak. The SAC should approve or revise the previous meeting summary. Each member should be permitted to speak once before anyone speaks for a second time. If time does not permit full discussion on an item, it may be tabled for a future meeting. Every member is equal and is treated fairly. At the end of the meeting, establish action items. Who will do what and when? Confirm the date and place of the next meeting and develop a preliminary agenda if there is time. After the meeting, follow up on action items. Begin planning for the next meeting. Meeting summaries are written records of meetings. SAC meeting summaries are compiled by the Secretary and should be brief highlights of key decisions and actions, not a verbatim transcript. Summaries should be available to all SAC members before the next regular meeting, where they can be approved or revised. Once approved, the summaries should be posted in a place accessible to all members of the school community, such as the school website. Records created by SACs during their work may be subject to the Nova Scotia Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy (FOIPOP) Act. It is suggested that meeting summaries and meeting agendas be retained for 7 years, as they may contain discussions or decisions related to SAC finances. Thank you for taking part in this professional development module. We hope it has been informative. Please visit the SAC landing page on the EECD webpage for more information and resources.